So, in regards to property rights, could you maybe speak more about why they're so integral and just why they fit so well within these systems?
So the way we saw it is that the capabilities were a foundational rights theory, um, and that there were all sorts of other forms of rights and that you needed to build in order to get economic, in order to get economic phenomena, or to build smart contracts and economic institutions. But every time we tried to figure out how to build those, starting from capabilities as the foundation, we ended up happy. And every time we tried to build them on any other foundation, we ended up sad. So it just kept reinforcing from us that capabilities were a great foundational rights theory from which to build out the others. And then once we met Norm and understood the KeyCO system really took this foundational property rights perspective to computational resources themselves. It was, the first system to really do that in a principled manner. That rights to memory, rights to processor time, all of these things were managed as capability-based rights, and that one of the exercises in the KeyCO's introductory programming class was build a money system that the mint maker that I made famous in the capability-based financial instruments is kind of inspired partially by the KeyCO's meter abstraction for CPU time, and partially by the way in which you build, in which that exercise had you build money out of capabilities as a KeyCO's programming exercise. So by the time I got to capability-based financial instruments in 2000, I had this notion that there were a bunch of different dimensions on which rights could differ. Capabilities themselves are rights that are transferred by sharing. When you send the right, the sender still has the right, and the receiver has to assume that the sender still has the right. So there's whether the rights are shared or exclusive, whether the rights are specific or fungible. Specific we took as the base case. So the idea of calling the specific, and the fungible was the weird one that had to be explained. So the idea of of calling the specific non-fungible, taking fungible as the normal case, was just kind of odd. Always seems like odd terminology to me. Symbolic versus exercisable rights generally are something where if you have the right is the right to do something. Money is peculiar in that it's just the right to transfer the right. Is if you holding the right does not enable you to do anything, it just enables you to transfer it. So in any case, so at that point with capability-based financial instruments, we realized that there was this whole taxonomy by which rights could differ, but we were very satisfied that the right foundation for building out the taxonomy was to have capabilities of the foundation and then to do all of the others at higher levels of abstraction. And that remains the case, and that's what we're doing. And I should mention all of this was without blockchain. Blockchain was not part of our thinking. Blockchain, we were not anticipating anything like blockchain. This whole paradigm of decentralized permissionless smart contracts was decentralized in the sense that the web is decentralized. Just lots of little sovereign parties interacting with each other securely through cryptographic protocols. And blockchains, when they did come about, were just kind of bizarre to me. And then when Ethereum came out, I realized that that the blockchain-based smart contracts was actually very much along the lines of a paradigm that Nick Szabo had been trying to explain to me in the 90s, that I just was never able to understand what he was trying to explain to me until I saw Ethereum. But even after that, I then couldn't figure out how to bring together my way of thinking about smart contracts with the smart contracts on Ethereum. I just couldn't figure out how to reconcile those two. And the Ethereum-based smart contracts were then taking off. It was Jorge Lopez who was very much in the blockchain world, but who had also discovered my papers and was reading up on that. And he had figured out, he had come up with his own vision of just how to combine what was, our non-blockchain based vision of decentralized smart contracts, how to combine that with blockchain based smart contracts. He found me, explained to me that combination. And it was really that, more than anything, that led me to realize that there was a commercial opportunity for me to leave Google and form a blockchain-based startup to bring my kind of language-based decentralized smart contracting into this new growing world of blockchain-based smart contracting. And that's what led to the creation of Agoric.